So if you see, these are the 4K texture. If you see all the textures, whatever is imported, it's having 4K textures. If you go to the downloaded folder, uh, you can see this is the diffuse, this is the displacement, this is normal map, this is reference map. If you open this, this is actually 4K textures. It has all the details. So all the assets are high quality asset only. If you can use that in your scene, that will be great. See this, all the detail you'll get. And in this software only, if you like model, you can choose polycount. In textures also, you can choose uh, the texture size. Whenever downloading any software or importing any exporting any software to any software, to your preferable software, you can choose which size of the textures you want to use. So if you go to download setting, you can choose uh, so if you select any asset, you can choose the resolution. This is 4K selected. You can select 2K, 4K, and you can select up to 8K textures are available. Some textures are available up to 4K only, but lot of textures are available up to 8K. So if you want to use 8K texture, you can use. But for this scene, I have used 4K texture for all the assets. So this is how I created all these small element in the ground. Tree process will show you that software is not this. So this is the process of the creating the trees. Sandeep, any question on the trees?
No,
How
no. He
we
was
have them?
asking that is this a I mean, you are making it, or these are the presets kind of thing?
You can there are some presets available. You can use that or direct. You can it's according to your requirement. If your requirement matches the example assets, then you can use that. Otherwise, you can create that. But I'll be showing you the process of creation. This is speed tree. Just go to new scene. Then from here, uh, this is the viewport and this is the creation process. This is the all the nodes you'll be getting it. So this is the basic tree. Just add one trunk first. Then you'll get one trunk, and then after on the trunk you can add one branches. There are options like big branches, small branches, single branches. So I'll be adding this bifurcating branches. So and all if you select any node, you'll get all the settings here in the left side. So this is the radius. Suppose you can choose the radius like how you want. Then you can choose the length as well. So all the settings are there for this thing. Then after that, you can add one small branches, uh, big branches. Then you can add another. So like this way, I have created all the trees. If you see these trees, all these trees are created like that only. This is the main trunk. Then I have added some other branches. Then on top of that, I have added other branches. On top of that, on the branches, I have added leaves. So in this
So
way,
I think in this session our focus is lighting only.
yes,
So
this
very
is how this is the how I'm just showing how to create the asset because Sandeepan,
yes,
if you want to do some light, you need one asset.
of course, definitely. So that's why he's did this
That is
thing
why
very
I'm
very
just
quickly.
showing very quickly, just showing the process.
Yeah. Yes.
After that, you can add leaves. All the options you can. After that, you can add leaf push. So this is how can you create the trees. And if you want to change any setting, anytime you can do that. Okay. Okay, so this is how I've created all these trees. Okay, there are 3-4 types of trees. All the trees are created in this software only. Nothing is downloaded. The tree portion, nothing is downloaded. I've downloaded some asset like this character is downloaded. This house I modeled in Maya only, and the textures are taken from Megascan. The trees are created in SpeedTree, and all the assets are directly exported from Bridge. Okay, so this is how the process, how I did all the asset creation. Yes, Sandeepan, any question on this asset creation part?
No, I think there is one question only that. So there was a question about the system requirement that I think we will discuss later on. So there is another question. Does any rigged assets on Quixel Bridge?
No, 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 no. There is no rigged asset. All the assets are. Uh, See, these are all these assets. Whatever you are saying, na, these all are scanned, photo scanned asset. These are not created in 3D software. This Quixel team, it's taking the photo of any real object, then creating that photo into any asset. These are not 3D created software. If you see, all these are real textures only. Sorry, all these are real textures only. It's all the textures are photo scanned only.
Yeah.
So there is no rigged character. There is no
Yeah.
rigged asset.
This is kind of a
If you
photogrammetry.
want any rigged asset like this character, for this character, this is downloaded from internet only. Like this character, if you want, you need to go and download from internet. This softwares, you don't have any 3D character or any rigged object.
Cool. Okay. So let's move on to the lighting thing.
Yes, so this is how I added all the assets and in Maya and added light and render. Okay, so this is just a small thing like one asset. Now I'll be showing you the full process of the of this thing. Okay, so if you see there are this lighting is basically based on environment fog. Okay, see this environment fog blue color. Then we have uh, orange color fog coming inside the room, and then we have this glow, this Chinese data glow. So let me open the screen. So I have used Redshift as my render engine. I like Redshift, but if you want to do it in Arnold or V-Ray or any other render engine, you can do that. All the textures will be converted to that particular render engine of your choice only. So here you can see a lot of references. Suppose these are created, all these are created using these assets only. If you see any kind of output, if you want any uh, hill output, any desert kind of output, you can create those. Using all these assets, you can create this kind of output. So these are some reference that you can create using all these assets. Suppose you want to create graffiti wall. Suppose to create this image, you can use all these assets. These are the some example assets. To create that, you can use all these assets. And if you go to 3D, then if you go to 3D, you'll get some 3D objects as well. You'll get some 3D plants as well, some flowers, some trees, some grass, some another type of grass. So here you'll get all the textures. And in the same way, first download the asset, then export to your software. Okay, so this is my scene. Okay. See Sandeepan, this ground is totally flat. This is my ground. This is totally flat, but if you render that ground, I'm taking the ground in a separate layer and putting the lights. Show lights. Then just add the dome light and the key light. Obviously, the complete process took 1.5 day, Sandeepan, to create all the asset, to lighting, to render in Redshift, then do all the tweaking in lighting and compositing. It took me 1.5 day. So everything, each and every thing I cannot show. So I'll be showing you some basic how I created, but each and every tool and all the process, obviously I cannot show in 2 hours. That is not possible. And obviously it will, the half of the time it will take for render. If I do any tweak, I need to, the main problem is you cannot see anything on the viewport. You need to do the render, then you can check. Do any little adjustment, render and check. Then if that's not proper, and
You
again,
have to do it again.
so
Exactly.
that is the
So,
process. That is how I do lighting. But if
Mhm.
you're using any game engine like Unity or Unreal,
Mhm.
uh, that is little bit easier than Maya. But all the companies are using Maya only for their lighting and 3D softwares.
Yeah, but yeah, today or this kind of classes we may show you the parts of the whole process, but in our
Yes.
classes, in our specialization classes, we will show the full process, each and every tweaks and the tweaks we are going to do.
Yes.
Yeah, that will definitely discuss.
Obviously, all the technical aspects, all the creative aspects. If you see the composition, how I created the composition, that is not possible to explain in 1 hour or 2 hours or in 3 hours as well.
Right.
It is not possible. So all
Mhm.
the basic details I'll be showing, but like I showed the asset process, asset creation process.
Mhm.
I created the asset, but obviously you can create easily, but obviously it will take some time. Like if you for this scene, if you want to do model each and every part on your own, do the model of the tree in Maya, do this ground textures in Photoshop, then obviously it will take you 1 week to complete this whole scene if you know each and every department. Like I am a lighting artist, I don't know much about texturing and modeling. I just know the basic thing. So that I am using third-party software so that I can create one as a scene so that I can light. Otherwise, if I want to go to manual process, obviously it will take me forever to do this scene. And after some point, I'll be fed up and I'll be leaving that work.
No, that's why we have we have the responsibility of individual department with individual people. I mean, even it's not like that you
Yes,
have to
yes,
do
yeah.
the from the beginning till the end.
In production studio, obviously you'll be responsible for your own department only. But suppose if you want to do
That is why.
something on your own, then obviously you need asset to light. In studio, you'll be getting asset from the other department. You'll be
Exactly.
getting modeled asset, textured asset, all the assets you'll be getting from other department. But to do something on your own, you need to download any asset or you need to create any asset. So obviously there are a lot of assets are available to download and light. Textures assets also are available, but everybody is doing that same thing only. Suppose if you want, there is one bedroom, everyone is doing that bedroom lighting only. Everyone's Instagram, you can see that same set. Uh, but if you want to do something on your own, something creative, then obviously you need to get that asset done. So, if you have any texture guy in your friend list, obviously you can get that done. But if you want to do something on your own, then you need to use this kind of softwares or you need to download.
Right.
Yes, so that I needed this kind of software. I had one concept art for this. So all the assets I created myself only. So this is just the ground. If you see, this is just the plain ground. I didn't do any modeling on this ground. This is just the plain ground, and from the mixer I've assigned that same texture in this ground. The textures also you can from Quixel Bridge, whatever you're doing in Quixel Mixer, directly you can save that texture. Like this is my ground texture. This is my ground texture. If you see the texture I created in Mixer and saved that as a preset. Then this preset I've exported in Maya. Okay. So this texture, if you assign to any object and put a light and render, then you'll get this kind of output. Okay, so this kind of output you'll get. There is some color on the light, that's why it's getting blue. So water you'll get automatic reflection. If you see, this is only plain, and after assigning texture, after putting one basic lighting, this is how you are getting the render. So the water surface, whatever you are seeing here, it will be getting reflection automatically. And with the displacement texture, you will get all the undulation. So this is how I created the ground. Okay. Then go back to
Anirudh, let's question and let's answer two questions. First, that I am interested, but Raghunan Shankar is interested, but he is in Tamil Nadu. So, is there any possibility to teach him in Tamil?
So no, this will take.
I think it's better to teach us the Tamil first.
Yes.
Then we can teach you the animation. But we don't have that scope to teach you in Tamil. Sorry, we can understand only the three languages only out of many more languages around the world. So sorry for this.
Yeah, Sandeepan, actually we are staying in Bangalore. Delhi we are hearing the Tamil language, but so sorry we don't understand any of the South language. And from our team also, our mentor team or our Click Academy team, there is no Tamil guy.
Yes, yes.
So if you want to learn from Tamil Nadu, you need to.
So I think
the
better.
course is online only. You can learn from your home only. But
Yes.
the language is a barrier. You need to.
So better,
understand
you can start learning English and we can start learning Tamil. So
Yeah.
when we come with in the same kind of position, so that we can start teaching you.
Yes, yes.
If you're
There
okay
is
with English, we are here to teach you.
Yes, definitely. So there is a question that इतना easy में सब बन जा रहा है तो आर्टिस्ट लोग का रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है सर?
Yeah, actually, I was expecting this question. See, for this scene, there are some objects you can use with that from that software. But see, like this house, this you cannot create with that software. Okay, this house, if you see the tiles, each and everything is individually modeled. Okay, obviously there are some tile texture you'll get from that software, but if you see these tiles, each and every tile is individually modeled. That is why I'm getting this kind of detail here. If you see the detail, this kind of detail you'll get from that uh, detail you won't get from that software. Obviously, there are some elements in this ground. It's created using that software, but this is for the personal use. If you go to any industry, they are not using all these softwares because their requirements are different. Suppose you are working on a TV show, they don't require this much ground. They need that particular type of ground which can be done by manual process only. Okay, these are some preset. Whatever you're getting here, you can use on your own, but none of the companies using all these assets. Right now in India, none of the companies using this Megascan asset because their requirements are different. Suppose you
So
are
what happened that is depends on the project on project and even the particular shots requirements.
yes,
So yeah, so I mean this is very hard to get exactly the bang on thing in this preset world. So that's why we have to make it as per
yes,
the
yes,
client requirements.
yes.
So
Suppose you are working on a cartoon environment. All these assets I told you before, these are photo scanned assets from real world. Okay, all these are photo scanned. That means it is real texture. There is no cartoony texture. There is no stylized texture. Okay, there is no colorful. Everything is real only. If you want to create one real output, obviously go for this asset. But if you are working in a industry, working in a company, obviously you cannot use this asset. There are some particular project you can use that, but not most of the project you cannot use real texture
Yes.
because in cartoony kind of output, if you see any 3D movie, the outputs are really good, but those are not real output. The textures you see all are stylized texture. Okay, so that stylized texture you cannot use this kind of asset. Obviously, you need to go to manual process. There are softwares like Photoshop, then other software, texture software as well. Those you need to use for the yeah, and for modeling you can use ZBrush or Maya.
so one more thing I would like to add on this for Devujyoti. So to show you these things assembled in a easy way, Habib has spent more than 10 years in this industry.
Yes, yes. After,
See,
yes, obviously there are assets you can take from that and you can put one light. But to create this kind of output, you need experience. Suppose the all the assets you'll get, but how you'll put the asset in your scene, how you'll put the trees, the creation of the depth, the creation of the environment, everything is depend on your experience only and the time you're putting on that particular scene. It's not just the get all the assets from that put light and your output will be ready. Obviously, there are a lot of technical aspects, lots of creative aspects you need to follow. I am a lighting artist so that I can use this asset for my showreel, for my personal purpose, for my personal training. Suppose in class, if I want to show something in my class, then obviously I need some asset to show you guys. And
So
then
there is no
if
point to spend a whole I mean a big amount of time to make a
yes, yes. To show one lighting output, I cannot spend more time on creation of the asset, right?
asset.
I
Yes,
need one
definitely.
automated asset so that I can show you the lighting process, so that I can show you the rendering and compositing process. Obviously, you'll need one asset to light.
so it's very basic. Like if he was showing you modeling, then you would not have taken that ready-made asset. You would have
Yes, 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 yes.
how
For
yes,
the texturing class, for the modeling class, they cannot use this asset because that's their department. They need to create that. This is
yes.
not my department. This is my. This is I just need to do the lighting and compositing and rendering. So I need one asset. I needed one asset. That's why I created. I took automated asset. But this is for your personal use only. This you can use to create your showreel. But for your lighting showreel, if you're creating any modeling showreel, that you cannot use. There you cannot use this assets. There you need to use something on your own.
Then you can take references, 2D image to build a asset.
Yes, yes. That is but that is different process.
Yes.
For lighting process, I used manual asset creation.
Yes, basically, what is your purpose? You have to understand that, and then what are the things you don't need to build? You do not actually have to build that. You just have to show what is your purpose to show. So that is why he is using this assets in ready form. So
Yes,
this
yes.
is complete.
And asset. Suppose this asset I have taken from Megascan only. If you see this asset, this is uh, available in Megascan. This is the asset.
Mm.
This is available in Megascan. But see, this is the texture of the red color, see. But if you see my output, this is glowing. So this kind of thing, obviously you need to do manually. There is no process.
Yes.
You can create this glow from that particular software only. This is the process. So that red texture, I have extracted that red texture from that software, extracted the red texture from the software, then did the proper shading for the emission, then have rendered. So this kind of thing, obviously you need to do manually only, and that will be your challenge to take out the asset and do one, put one light and render. That is, there is nothing to do to create this kind of output. Obviously you need to spend, after creating all the asset, you need to spend your time on lighting, on understanding the scene, on putting everything together to create a good concept, yeah, to put everything together so that it will look beautiful, put a beautiful camera angle, then only, obviously after all these things only, it will look beautiful.
Hmm.
If you see, I've created this asset, I've rendered three different angle. This is just the one lighting and one asset only. So if you want, just after building whatever light you want, with this asset only, you can do daylighting, night lighting, or any other futuristic lighting, or normal dome lighting, whatever you want, you can do that. So lighting part, obviously, you can go and explore everything on this set. First, get your set, download the set, or create your own set. Then you can spend your time on lighting and compositing. This is the process to create asset. But after that, obviously, if you're lighting artist, you need to spend your time on lighting only. Don't spend the whole time on creating the asset only. Like if you go to Maya, see, this is the basic asset I've downloaded. This is the basic scene. If you see, this is based on the camera angle only. If you go to camera angle, obviously everything will look proper and compact. But if you go to perspective view, everything is scattered everywhere. See this? There is no connection between this object, this object. There is no connection. Okay. But I had one concept so that I worked on the camera angle only. If you do want to do on camera based lighting, then obviously don't go for creating all the assets behind the camera. Just create the asset whatever you require. Like this is the
Cool.
ground I've created, assigned that mixture texture, all the trees. See, if you see here, there are two, three kind of trees. I've used different rotation, different scaling, different position to get one output, so that there are so many trees, but in the output you cannot see. Uh, there are, yeah, copied. The trees are copied. There are only two, three kind of trees only, but in the output you cannot see that repetitive pattern. Okay, so in Maya, I've used that different rotation, different scaling, different translation, so that in the output, and everything is based on the camera. From here, I have the camera angle, and I've created everything on the camera based angle only. If you go outside of the camera, there is nothing, and there is no link between the objects as well. This is as the basic ground. I put all the assets, but where to put that asset? Suppose if this asset, you can put it here also, but that will impact your output. So this is the process you need to learn. That is how you'll get to learn in the classes. Or if you're working in industry, that is the thing you need to learn, to set up the composition. Without composition, this is nothing. Without composition, you cannot do any good lighting. If you do any good lighting, but without any proper camera or proper composition, it don't look that much
Good for nothing.
good for nothing.
That is a trash. Yeah.
Yes, Sandipan, he is a concept artist, so he knows about the yeah. So everything depends on the yeah, arrangement of your scene and the camera angle. And based on the camera angle only, you need to put the lighting. So obviously, if you are using automated asset, after that, there are a lot of things you need to do. So if any texture artist is there, don't worry, you won't lose your job. In the industry, you will get your job. Sandeepan, any other question?
So, uh, there is a question that can you please do a portfolio review? He has a portfolio in the art station. He will be more happy for this. Okay. Then there is a question after this meeting, how can we connect to you, like WhatsApp group or any Discord server? The connect, you can connect with us just through the website of Click Academy of Digital Art. Just go into that website, you will get all our informations. And if you have anything, any query or anything, just go into, just talk to them, and then you can connect to that, what is it, that platform only.
Yeah, we'll be getting your queries and information, and definitely record information will be passed to you.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, everyone. Actually, whatever I'm showing. This is a vast process. This is not 1 hour or 2 hour work. I told you. After 10 years of experience, it took me 1.5 day to create this asset. And if you don't have any experience, you're new to this industry, or new, if you're a student, then obviously you won't understand anything. You might have a lot of query, lot of questions. So that if you have any questions after this meeting, right now, if you have any question, you can ask directly in the chat box, or you can switch on your mic. You can directly talk to us. Or after this meeting, if you feel you have any question, then you can check our website. You'll get number. You'll get to comment there, and follow our social media page for all the further updates. After this meeting, after this conversation, if you have any questions, just go to website, take the number down, and call them. They'll be guiding you about the process, about the courses, and everything about the institution, about the mentors. If you have any question regarding anything, then you can go there and ask. And about ArtStation, obviously after this process, I'll be showing you my some other work as well.
No, he's saying that he has some work in his art station profile, so he wants that can we review his work little bit, so that yeah we can do by the end of this session.
Yes, yes. In the end of the session, see that review means proper production. Like review, we cannot give you, but obviously we'll be seeing your work, and we'll be telling you how to improve your
Yes,
work.
definitely. Habib, please continue. Yeah.
Just to hold on. After this meeting, the meeting ends, then we'll
Yeah,
be
maybe
continue.
after half an hour or something, because yeah, it's already 6:30. Yeah, Habib, please continue.
Yes, yes,
Just
yes.
show us the good lighting so that we can get some influence.
Yes. So first, as I told, these are the model created in Asset. So I've created here little gaps between the windows purposely, so that I can get little bit light outside of the ground. And there is no door on this edge, so that I can get a good fog outside. And this character is also not having any textures. If you see, this is the Lambert only. This is just a Lambert with basic color. There is no texture, but I didn't do any texture because in the final output you cannot see any texture. This will be proper seal out of it. Okay. So this is how I started the lighting. First, if you go to light, go to the light. First, I've created one dome light. So all the other light I'll hide. This is Redshift dome light. In other renderer as well, you'll get dome light. So a dome light is a basic environment light without any direction. This is just a skylight kind of thing. So I'll put lower setting so that I can render everything here. All the AOVs are switch off. Then go to option test combination. So let it render. Then I've added for the main door, for the all the windows, I've added separate area light for all the windows. So this lighting, whatever this lighting you're getting, this tone you're getting, that is because of the dome light. Because no direct light is hitting here. That is just the environment light or the skylight, you can say. Okay. Then for each and every hole, I've created one different light. Like For the door, there is one separate light. For all these windows and top windows also, there are separate lights for each and every windows or door. Okay. So this is the basic lighting of the dome. Whatever you are seeing here, this is the output of dome lighting. Okay. So this is just the dome light. I put only one dome light with blue color, little added blue color, because my final scene, the final environment is blue only. So I can add one color to the light as well. Later on, if you don't want to put any color on any light, that you can do, that you can add later on in compositing. But I wanted this, the whole output to created in Maya only. Uh, if you see compositing, I'll open the compositing as well. The whole output I've created in using Maya only. There are little adjustment I did in compositing, like adding sky and putting some glow on this object. That I did in compositing, but all the other output is created using Maya only. So this is the basic dome light. Then I have added the door lights. This is the door light. If you see here, this is the area light. If you go here, this is the area light. I've scaled the area light according to the door size. Okay. This is the door, this is the light. I've scaled the light and put it behind the character. Okay. So that I'll get the light from this door only. And from all the other windows I've added, suppose these are the windows. For the windows I've added separate light. Okay, these are the four bottom window, these are two top window. For each and every window I've added light separately, so that I can control those light. I can add one general light from the house interior, so that I'll get all this together. That also you can do, and put one separate light for this two window as well. You can create one. Put this light also. You can create one light with full scale like this, that you can use for all the windows and door, that you can do, or you can create separately for all the windows and the door, that also you can do. So you have option how you want to do. So for this case I've used separately, and for the top windows also I've used two area light that you can see here. Okay, so after putting all these window and door light, this is how the output looks. So here I'm doing partial render only for this kind of area, that you can do in any other software. No need to go and render everything each and every time. If you want to do any adjustment on a particular area, that area you can choose and render. If you select that area, it will automatically render. Okay. So after putting this, and this is I'm rendering in very low quality, so you might see a lot of noise and grains. But obviously after that I will be showing you the final render as well. Okay, so this is after putting all the lights. Then I've added one outside light that I've created here. That is to get this light information on the ground and on the stairs. For this, I've added one extra light from outside. So this is the extra light. So after adding this light, this is how the render looks. If you render this area, this is how that is changed. So if you save this output, hide this. So this is the change of that. This is that light. Okay. So this is outside light. Then I've added extra for. So this is the basic light of this scene. If you see, I'll be opening the comp as well. So if you see, this is the basic lighting output. This is the final version. This is the high quality version of the basic beauty. Here you'll get all the out, output. This is a high quality version. If you brighten, this is the environment light, that is dome light. In any other render engine, you'll find that light. Or you can use one direct sun and sky that you can do and put blue color. Or you can use any other light as well. If you want to put on ambient light, that also can do. Or you can create more environment light. But in this case, I have used dome light as an environment light, and this is that light output. This is, and I put that on low intensity. Okay, obviously you can render in high intensity. In compositing, you can control that, or you can put the intensity whatever you like. Okay, then I've added this light. These all are separate area light. Okay, there are 5 area lights and there are 2 area lights here. Then for this information, to get the light outside, I've added one extra area light. That is this light. So that is the lighting process. There are only 7 lights I've used for the door and this thing. One light is the dome light for the whole environment, and one outside light that's to get these lights. Okay, to get these lights. So there are 8 lights, 8 to 9 lights I've used. 7 light for this door, 1 light for the dome light, and 1 for the outside light. That is all about the lighting. Okay. Then I've added environment fog. If you go to Redshift, you will get environment fog, that is Redshift volume scattering. In every software, you will get this volume scattering. So this is the environment fog. Whatever you're seeing here, these all are the light fog. So first, create one environment fog using the atmosphere. This is just to create the atmosphere. So atmosphere is created. Then in all the light setting, you'll get one contribution tab, volume. So if you switch on that volume, if you put any value, that light will be rendering the atmosphere. So each and every light you need to switch on the volume contribution. Like in this light, I've added more value. In the environment light, I've kept less value for the environment. So if you switch on any after switching on the volume scattering, just go to light, switch on the volume scattering. Then if you render, so I'll be switching on the environment. If you go here, you can get all the controller of the environment fog as well. You can put color, you can put scaling, you can put a height variation. Okay, so for the environment, I have added little environment fog, little blue color, and in the light, I have added this contribution scale. So this light will cast the environment fog. Okay. So for the other light, currently I'll be switching off the fog scattering. 0. So this is of the dome light. Then hit render. Okay, so this is just a dome light with the environment fog. Okay, if you see here, these are the fog. There is only one light, but if you switch on the fog, obviously after that you will get depth. That for control you need to, the depth control you need to do it in fog setting. All the settings are here in the fog setting that you can do. Then this is that's the environment light with fog scattering on. Then I'll be switching on the other light as well and switch on those fog as well. Switch on the fog. Then hit the render again. Okay. So this is basically the output is based on the fog and the haze itself. This is kind of haze environment fog, and this is a kind of the fog coming from outside inside. Okay. So the output is basically, this is the lighting output. This is lighting with environment fog. You can see the difference. This is just after adding the environment fog. So I wanted the output to be this kind of foggy and little horror kind of thing. That's why I've created the environment fog like this. So this is just without fog, with all the light, and this is with all the lights and added fog. So that is the difference between this and that. If you add fog, obviously your scene will be looking cinematic. Okay. Then, so that is the whole thing of lighting. Added light on the required area for all the windows for this. Added one dome light and added one outside light. That is all for the lighting. After that, I switched on for all the lights. I switched on the fog. After that, I'm getting this kind of render. And that is this is the final version of that render. Obviously, this render took me 30 minutes with the high res setting. So that I cannot render now, but this is the final render with the high quality setting. All the setting here I put the high quality, suppose 64 to 56. You can put the sample, then adaptive threshold. These are technical thing. If you don't know, you will not understand. This is the high quality setting, but right now I'm rendering in 88.1 only. This is the lowest setting, okay? That's how it is rendering in some time. Suppose this render, it took me 11 seconds. But if you go to higher setting, obviously it will take you 15 to 20 minutes according to your system configuration. I have a 1060 graphics card that, and for that, it is taking 30 minutes around with the high setting render, single frame. But if you're using higher end graphics card, it will take less time. But obviously, you will need a good graphics card to render in Redshift. Then that was the lighting part. Then for the rendering, I have added all the passes. This is the Redshift render setting. Obviously, for the other renderer, the render setting it will be different. But other render setting, you'll find out this tab called AOVs or passes. From there, you'll get all the passes. Like this is ambient occlusion, normal, depth, caustics, diffuse emission. All the passes you'll get specular, reflection, refraction, volume. So here I've added all the passes. Like this is depth pass, this is diffuse pass, and this is all the lighting pass. All the passes I've added, and after that, just switch on the render. This is enabled. Then after you render, you'll get the render like this. So all the diffuse information. This is the basic diffuse. This is the texture. Then if you go to depth, this is the depth. Okay, so this is the depth you can see. Okay, this is the depth pass, and the previous was the diffuse pass. Then this is occlusion pass. If you see, I kept the environment, the sky, I've kept it blank only so that I can add later on. I can add the sky. Right now for the fog, it's looking like the sky is there. But if you go to alpha, actually the sky is not there. It's only the fog. Okay. Then this is the reflection pass. If you see this with the high quality rendering also, I'm getting some little results here. But that's fine. It's not visible in the final output.
This is what you are doing in Nuke, right?
This is new. This is the compositing software. I'm just viewing all the passes. This is the render I've rendered in EXR. So that in EXR, if you render, you'll get all the insided passes. Obviously, the file size will be heavy. The render size will be heavy. Suppose this is, if you go to the render folder, this one render is 27 MB. Okay, one frame. This is the 3 frame. And inside this, if you open any render in EXR format, inside that, if you go here, you'll find all the passes separately. If you are adding the passes in Maya, and rendering that in EXR, this is the image format. The image formats it EXR, open EXR. Okay. So if you rendering in JPEG, suppose this is JPEG, you won't get the passes. Okay, in one, obviously you'll get the passes, but that will be separate images for each and every passes. But here I'm inside this one passes only. In EXR format, I'm getting all the passes inside of this EXR, so that I can go open that EXR in Nuke and I can check all the passes. Okay, so this is the passes. This is diffuse. Okay, this is the emission for that object, and this is the reflection. Do we have any reflection? We don't have any reflection on this. Okay, so these are the specular. If you see, these are the specular I'm getting, and in Redshift you will get one option. If you rendering any light pass, this is the light pass. Diffuse lighting. In Redshift, this option is very good. You can render all the light paths separately. Suppose this light I want to render as a key light. This light I want to render as a key light, or this other light I want to. It will be rendering one image only, but it will get the separation. In compositing, we can control the light separately. That is called separate light passes. Okay. So here, and for all these lights, I have separated the light, like this is key light and the other light passes. So here, if you go to light passes, this is light key pass. This is the window light. This is the dome light. So I'm rendering all together in single EXR only, but in compositing, I can control all the renders separately. See, this is the light. It's rendering. If you go to beauty, everything is rendering together only. But if you go to passes, you can separate the passes.